Okay, so today I traded 3 times on one ticker. It was the biggest percent winner in the morning. It was UUU, so triple U. Um, the catalyst was that I was confused on the catalyst too. It was something about like shareholders and not getting delisted. So something around there. It was around there and positive reactions from the markets, and I think it was also overhyped because there were like a lot of flushes when I was trading it. Uh, what I did today was I went for like a 1 to 3 risk to reward or higher. Waited for that to hit before I actually take my profits. And yeah, and it's let's see what was it, and uh, it's the last sell off that I pretty much got stuck in a not stuck but got caught in a flush. It was my last trade on UUU that I got caught in a flush. Yeah, it went from like the flush was like from 450 all the way to like $4. So that's like a 50-cent flush. And my remaining 4 shares were caught on it. It was all right. It will happen. So that just shows that yeah, less stress if I took profits, but had to focus on like taking profits above a 1 to 3 risk reward, and that's what I did. My risk reward were mainly let's see, what was it? Um, let's see. Yeah, 3.8 to like a 4 risk reward, but my exit was 3.5 and 5.88. So pretty much like a 4 time my risk and 5 time my risk. So and it's traded according to my plan too. So yeah, being patient pay off, but took us some flushes, even though I have only like a small share size, small shares left. So here's my screen. So I was watching this stock in the morning. It was this stock that I was watching, and APOP. APOP was also moving, as you can see here. Some of the entries that I tried to get on APOP was around here. I failed to like took a let's see. Yeah, one entry that I tried to get into it was right around here on this move. My risk would have been like 5 cents. So aiming for like 23. But my broker didn't allow me to trade it because saying that I had to like trade directly with the broker, talk to the broker to actually trade. I cannot trade over the internet or over the Wi-Fi because of not sure what happened, but it's probably because there were some irregularities in the price actions, or that basically to protect me from a faulty stock move. So UUU was also moving too. So I missed like a bunch of entries around here, right? Like one of the entries that I missed was right here. Why did I miss it? Because it was a lower low compared to this one. It held VWAP though. So since it held VWAP, my idea was if it make like a higher low or it's like bounce VWAP again, I'm gonna enter, but my entry will be around VWAP. So when I enter at 449, I was risking like 6 cents on it with 30 shares. I was risking 6 cents. And my goal was D, but I will sell if it made it to like a 1 to 3 risk reward. So that was the target, right? The previous high was 488 or 490 because it broke the 88 here. So the previous high was the 490, right? I think, let's see. No, let's see. When I was watching this, I didn't trade this move. It was a very nice setup. Very nice indeed. I missed this move. Why? Because I didn't know how to trade it. That's why. Even though it's making higher low, I didn't know how to trade it. Wasn't too confident. So I basically watched this and then watch it pull back. And that's what happened. I traded here. So I entered for 49. Could have been a bit more patient and enter a bit lower. The the ideal entry was the mid 440, so 440, 445 to 46. That was the ideal entries. So instead I entered at 449. It went lower, did not hit my risk, and I did not step out. So, and then it spiked to like 75. It did a quick spike. I wasn't able to catch the spike because if I would have sold up here, like half of my position size on this first spike, if I actually did caught it, but it pulled back like very quickly, so I did not catch it, and I was holding on to it, and it never did reach my risk. It went to the 460s, and then I decided to sell on the next on on its way on its move up. So I sold half at 472. So that's basically already hitting like very close to a 3 to 1 on 1 to 3 risk reward. So risking 6 cents. So risking 6 cents and then aiming for 18 cents, right? And 18 cents is already like 68. So that's what happened, right? 68. Yes. 67. 467. So it's already hit there. So I decided to sell half of my position and then holding on to the other. So at at the at the open, it did a quick move to like to the 80, to the 90s. I wasn't able to catch it. I sold like at 47 like very quickly. So I sold 5 at 47. That's 77, right? And then it flushes on me. And because I was only holding on to like 5 shares, I was able to be a bit more flexible with my risk. It did break my risk down here though. But it could have been a situation where I could add on to my my position because it's already a winning trade based on like my profit taking here. Could have add here, but since I wasn't in the mentality of adding more stress to myself, I let it be. And it moved back to like 490. I sold choose 2 shares here, and then it dipped down and it moved up to like it broke the $5 area. I wasn't able to catch it. I was able to like sell into like the $5 breakout. Instead, I held on to my remaining 3 shares and let it go down further and further. Eventually, it did hit my risk and I get out. Overall, my average sell here was like I think it was the 470s. Let me check. My profitly. My average sell was I think it was the 470. So making like 21 cents on this trade. Let's see. Um, yeah, 470s. So that was my average sell. 201 shares. Um, it was good. The risk reward was good. It's also because it was around D too. So basically above 90, 490 is basically the D area where people will start taking profits if they're trading at ABCD. So A up here, B down here, C, and then D. So going to D, I basically sell off my profits. And then it made a U shape here. I was watching those hold sideways actions. I didn't trade it either. I did try to like see if a I did try to find like a good entry. A good entry around here was in the low 30s because I'll be risking like 5 cents on it, 5 to 6 cents. That was a good entry. It did eventually move from 30s to the 80s. I missed it. So I was since it made a lower high, I was thinking that if it could like bottom or make it a higher low, it'll be another good entry. And that's what happened. I entered on the lower high, not lower high, a higher low, not exactly a high. Let's see, 20. The low is 23. So I entered. I retraded again at 431. My risk, 5 cents. My risk, 5 cents, and the target profits was in the 80. The target's profits was in the 80, and I'll sell off if it make like a higher than 3 point. I want you to risk reward, and that's and then it went to like it went it went above. And when did I start selling? I started selling in the 50s, in the high 50s. So I started to sell in the high 50s. So basically above VWAP. Selling my shares continuously and average to the 460s. I took the mean of the move for this one. Still, it's higher than a 1 to 3 risk reward, so that is good. And it flushes on me. Again, if I didn't sell here and it flush, I would probably panic. Even though it didn't actually like when it hit my risk. It'll I'll have like less confidence on this trade. And it reverses. It came back up with remaining 2 shares. I sold one at 45, just right below the VWAP. Once again, I could have added because it's already a winning trade here. And if I've added to my position again, my risk would remain the same because it never actually did hit like 25 around there, right? Let me check. Oh, it did hit 25. It did hit 25, but it basically just touched it and then bounce like quickly. So I could have added like in the 30s area and risking like 430s. Could have added to it, but did not. Playing it safe. And then it went to the 80s, missed it. I decided to sell it at 72. It did eventually double top here. So overall, my risk reward here was around 5.8. So a 5.8 risk reward. There is like a lot of sell off. Another reason why I sold here, because again, it was making like a very similar ABCD pattern again. A higher low, a lower high, and then pretty much a base or a higher low, and then move back up, and then sell off. That's what happened. And then again, another higher low here. Could have entered around here too, but as you can see, the move way too fast. Basically, I just watched this whole move. It went back to the 5, which was really nice, but as you can see that it's such a big wick. So it basically hit it like within seconds, and then it flushes. A bunch of people sell off. So it showed like a double top. And with that, I re-enter. I tried it again. But I've waited for it to make like an A signal down here, a higher low, not a higher low, a lower high. And my entry was in the 440s on this quick dip. I did when I saw this move, the plan was if I was to enter around here, the plan would be like in the mid 30s. But I didn't have the confidence to actually enter like under this descending trend because it's such a big pullback. So if it doesn't break the trend, it's gonna pull back more and more and more, like a panic. It did break the trend though, but when it actually broke the trend, it's already like above my price entry on the plan to trade right here. And so I made a limit buy at the 440s, and it got executed. And when I entered at 440, it was a higher low compared to here. My risk was 37, 36 to 37, right? So a 3 to 4 cents risk. That means that my goal is to make like if I would start selling if I make more than 9 cents. And that's what happened. I started selling when I make more than 9 cents. So basically make 14 cents. I sold a third of my position. And I sold a third of my position to the 60s. And then basically 11 shares I sold above 450s. So that's already pretty good for risk to reward, even though it's a small percent gain, right? But pretty good risk to reward here. But what I did not expect was this this pullback. I wasn't sure if there was news on why it plunges, but it was more of a morning panic. Let's see, 920s. Yeah. And I was too slow to actually sell. So I got caught in it and I sold at 399. It went down like within seconds. I was too slow to execute it when it actually hit my risk. And that's what happened. I, I got caught in it and I gave back pretty much all my profits that I made on this move. I was up like 6 cents on it. It's still green, but yeah, just have to be cautious on these kind of trades, especially on like this kind of uptrend. It is making a pennant, a bullish pennant, and up a decent in a setting triangle, but still, when the trend break, it flush, and that's what happened. After this, I stopped trading. I stopped trading and went to relax, eat some breakfast, and yeah. And then I was also like for like the afternoon, I'm gonna continue watching Pola. The pre-market wasn't so great, but the open to like it has been uptrending like all day now. As you can see here, made some very nice ABCD. So A, B, C. It didn't actually get all the way to the 50s, but still, it's in the 40s, and you actually bought it in the 30s. You're basically making like 10%. So that's pretty good. So yeah, hitting targets, and it'll be like let's see, 3 tenths, risking five, 5 to 6 cents. So making 30 cents. So that's like 5 to 6 times your risk. So good risk reward here. So overall, it's a green day. I think I was trading pretty good here. Pretty good today. Just just need to be careful. Take my profits when they're available. Even if they didn't actually reach my goal, if it's greater than a 1 to 3 risk reward, take it. So yeah, take profits if it's greater than a 3 to 1 risk reward, and if it hit my goal, good. Maybe taking partial profits, just to lock in the profit. So yeah, overall it was I was trading with a pretty good mindset here, even though I got like caught in some of the flushes, some of the sell off, they're still fine because I lock in my gains as it go along, and I was patient enough to for it to make a 1 to 3 risk reward before I actually take my profits. So yeah, I was tempted to sell. Let's see, I was tempted to sell here too in the 60s, or but like again, thinking that it can maybe come back up, and it did. So yeah, happy with it. So it's a green day. Just have to keep this mentalities, and yeah, and that'll be all.